You're watching Mugen TV RPG Haven. Experience a fantasy like no other.
Hey guys, this is Mugen here, and before we dive into today's topic, if you haven't checked out my previous video where I talked about Babylon's Fall and how garbage the game is pretty much one of the worst Square Enix / Platinum Games game ever released for this generation in the game industry in general, and why I just can't stand live service games. I think it's the bane of the gaming industry, and I think they just really need to stop. They really need to stop that business practice. So if you guys definitely want to hear my opinion about that, definitely go check it out. Definitely like to hear your thoughts. So let's dive into today's topic. Today I want to talk about Elden Ring. That's right, Elden Ring. I decided to go pick the game up. The funny thing is, I was supposed to get the game on my birthday, March 28th. I was going to buy it myself, but my father surprised me. He had bought it for me on launch day, so it became an early birthday gift. So thanks, Dad. Love you. Appreciate it. So a lot of you guys was asking me if I was going to get the game. There's a lot of hype surrounding the game, and that's the funny part about all of this, and we're going to dive right into it because I want to give you my overall thoughts and what I think about the game. I haven't even beat the game. I'm still playing it right now. But as far as my thoughts and how I feel about it, the funny thing is, I don't know how to feel about this game right now. Like, I'm just going through the motions. I'm playing the game, and I don't know, should I like it? Do I like it? Do I hate it? Or am I in between? I don't know how I feel about this game. But the thing is, when this game is a very special case. I'm not the one that really buy into hype of games. If I like a game, I like a game. I don't really jump into a game because everybody's hype about it, and I'm not the type of person that just jump in and don't want to miss out because everybody is hype about something. But in this case, it was very, very different. I really bought into the hype for Elden Ring because all the media press, everybody in the comment sections of different videos of Elden Ring has really got me hyped. And then, oh man, let's not talk about Twitter. Everybody was talking about it on Twitter, about their excitement of getting their hands on the game and everything. And then what really drew me in was the Elden Ring overview video, and this was like a couple of days before the game had actually launched. And looking at the overview, the game looks as if it's something like, you know what, this is like something I would definitely play. I could see myself playing this game. It really drew me in. And it looks, even though it is like a Souls game, it still looks somewhat, or it looks like it's going to play somewhat a little bit different. It may have been tweaked for someone who couldn't get into a Souls game, but it looks like it's been tweaked in a way where, like, you know what, all right, I think I'll give the game a try. So I end up trying the game. I hopped on the game, and from what I've gathered from playing it, it's really no different. It's really no different at all. It's nothing. This is literally Dark Souls 4, but open world. That's about it. It's still a Dark Souls game. And I know people saying, what was you expecting? I don't know what I was expecting. Like I said, I just bought into the hype and just got the game and really wanted to give the game a try. And also, when they showed off the multiplayer for the game, because I love multiplayer, especially co-op experiences, that was another draw that got me into the game, that got me to get the game, was because of the co-op. I really wanted to play the game with my brothers. And so far, when I've been playing the game, I've been treating this game more of a co-op experience. I've been playing this game more on the multiplayer side of things. But as far as the game is concerned, like, the game is hard. I don't know why reviewers are saying that this is a entry level Souls game. No, this game is hard, and people saying, no, this is the easy game. This is easier than the other Souls game. But you gotta understand, if you've been playing Souls games and you've been playing all 3 Souls games, or you've been playing games like Sekiro and Neo, and you've just been playing that genre of games, of course you're going to know the difference of what's easy and what's not easy. But a person who have never really played and sat down with a Souls game, this game is still hard. This is a hard game. And if you guys had checked out when I first live streamed the game on launch day, you had to see the rage and the frustration that I had with the game. Like, this game is frustrating as hell. And that's the I guess it's the beauty of it. I think that's what everybody really enjoys about the game. The game really tests your patience. It tests how it teaches you how to learn the game. It teaches you how to not make those same mistakes again. So it beats it, it drills it into you. And I think that's what people really enjoy about, this type of genre of games. But me, like, people may get a kick out of it and may enjoy that, but I do not enjoy that aspect of it. Like the game is brutal. And the funny part about it is, or the thing that frustrates me the most, that's why I haven't really made much progress in the game, because I learned with this game that you can't just run around in this big open world and just do whatever you want. You really have to be careful, because there are some enemies that's just too strong, that you really not strong enough to be able to take on just yet, until you level up your characters and your character's stats and have certain weapons that can make these encounters much tolerable. You know what I'm saying? So the strategy that I had going into this game was, for one, the game is so massive as far as the open world is concerned. I don't know where the hell I want to go. And I think that's another thing that really gets me too, is the fact is that, and sorry I'm going off on a tangent, because I don't have any, this is not a scripted or anything, this is going off the top of my head. Another thing that turns me off about open world games, and I can say the same thing about Breath of the Wild, because I see a lot of people making the similarities, and a lot of people are also being called hypocrites. Like, how do you like how do you like Breath of the Wild but don't like Elden Ring, and etc. etc. Just to let you guys know, when it came to even Breath of the Wild, like, I played it, yeah, it was open world and everything like that, but I sat the game down because I was bored of it, and I didn't go back to Breath of the Wild until 2 years later. And everybody give that game such high praise and call it a masterpiece. I think it's a great game, but I don't think it's a masterpiece. And it does have its issue, and I think that's my problem with open world games. Yeah, I love the fact that it's open, you can do whatever you want, but when Elden Ring, when I first started the game, I was just wandering aimlessly around. Like, what should I do first? Where should I go? And me, I'm into like deep story, cinematic storytelling, and and linear story progression. And that was the problem with Elden Ring, and that's the problem with Breath of the Wild. It was the storytelling. I didn't like how the storytelling was presented. It's much more open-ended, it's much more optional, and you have to really explore to actually get an understanding of the world and the lore and stuff, and I don't like that. And because I play traditional RPGs and games that actually have like linear storytelling that that gives you the exposition and you progress and get more story. But it seemed like things were just happening in Elden Ring. Like, I would progress, and then I would sit by the campfire, and then out of nowhere that lady would show up, and that's when she introduced me to the gameplay mechanics, to where I can use my runes, I can recharge my flask and everything like that. And then I'll play a little bit more, and then all of a sudden I'll go stay at a campfire again, and all of a sudden this witch lady show up, and then she gives me spirits to summon wolves and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Like, how did I activate this? Like things are just happening as I'm just playing the game. So it really took me some time to get used to. And then as I'm playing the game, I also got teleported into the round table room, or whatever it's called. I'm like, okay, like, what did I do to activate this? Like what's going on here? And then I'm exploring this area and stuff like that. So that's the little thing that I really don't like too much. And I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. Like, it's just not my style of game, but I continue to play it. And my approach is, like I said before, I try to go to each area that has like a campfire, so I can level in that area or try to grind out as many runes as I can. And the thing that really frustrated me the most about the game is that sometimes I spent 2 hours grinding out runes just for me to get killed by something so simple and lose all those runes. Then I try to return back to that area just to get killed again, and then I lose all my runes completely. And that means that was 2 hours of grinding that I just wasted. That means I sat down for 2 hours and done nothing. I sat down and done nothing because I just lost everything. And that was the thing that really frustrated me the most, especially as I get familiar with the area that I'm grinding in. And sometimes, like, you search the area and say, okay, there's no enemies around, I'm just go up and fight this enemy real quick, or I'm gonna just sneak up on this enemy. I sneak up on an enemy, then out of nowhere 3 other enemies showed up that wasn't there before, and I'm like, where did it come from? And then I get killed, and I'm like, what the hell? and then I lose everything. That means I lost all that progress. And that's why I've been frustrated with the game, and that's why I haven't really made any progress, because I'm just stuck in one area at a time, and then I just die, lose my runes, and have to regrind all over again. And that's what really gets me. But my brothers Keel Lancer and DX Strike is enjoying the hell out of the game. I can hear the rage from my room. They downstairs, they be cussing at the screen, they be raging, but they just love the game, because Keel Lancer and DX Strike also introduced their homies to the Souls game, because he never even heard of it. They got them into the Elden Ring, and their homies are loving the game right now. So they constantly jump in and out of each other's game to help each other out and stuff like that. So they're having a blast with the game. Me, I'm slowly warming up to the game more and more as I play it, but oh my god, it's just frustrating. Like, and another thing too is, like, I just found some of these boss or enemy encounters unfair. It's like, I'm like your character and you as the player is constricted to the gameplay mechanics. Like, you only do but so much as far as your stamina gauge, and you're constricted to what the game's allowed you to do in the mechanics. But the enemies seem like they're not, especially bosses. Like, I ran into this catacombs. I don't know, I was just wandering around, and at the time I had like 10,000 runes, and I ran into this catacombs, found it by accident. I ran into the catacombs, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these gargoyle looking enemies that's like blend in with the wall, they started attacking me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is this? I get killed, I get my runes back. So now I'm trying to figure out the area. I figured out the catacombs. Then all of a sudden I stumble across this boss. I get in there, and it's like this gladiator type of like boss. He has like 2 hammers. And this guy started just charging towards me. What was so frustrating, and what I'm about to say is why, like, you're constricted to like these gameplay mechanics, but the enemies are not. Like, this dude, like, and a lot of these monsters in this game are huge, but they move so much faster than you. They swing so much wider. Like, their attacks cover almost half the damn area, and they're able to do consecutive attacks after one after the other. So this gladiator runs to me, and I'm like, he swings at me. I blocked the first attack, but my stamina was just like, it just been drunken away like milk. Like it just went away. Like, my stamina meter just went crazy away. And now I don't even have enough stamina to be able to roll or anything. So I'm just taking a beating. I'm just getting abused by this guy. This dude just swinging left and right continuously. And I'm like, okay, when can I get a chance to be able to actually get in there to deliver a decisive blow to this guy? Because he's not giving me a chance. And then he jumps way in the air. And as he comes down, I'm like, okay, he's coming down. I want to just roll. But for some reason, it has like a lock on. Wherever I roll, that's where he's going to land. So it was like an inevitable type of hit. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep some distance on him. And then all of a sudden, his hammer also has chains equipped to him, so he's able to swing the hammer around like Thor. I'm like, yo, like, what options doesn't this guy have? It's like, what options doesn't he have? Like, this guy had everything covered. Once I did figure him out somewhat, then he started command grabbing me out of nowhere. He never did it before, then he just started command grabbing me. So like, okay, now this guy's command grabbing me. So I go back in there. Now this time around, he's command grabbing earlier in the fight now. And now he's doing it back to back. I'm like, you know what? So I died, got frustrated, and then died by the gargoyles on my way to encounter him again, and then lost all 10,000 of my runes. I said, you know what? I'm turning this game off for the night. I'm done for the night. I'm not playing this game anymore tonight. Cause that means I'll grind it so much. I was still at the beginning. I'm only level 20. I said, yo, I did all that and then died. And then I lost that. I lost all those runes. I was like, you know what? I'm done for the night. So ever since that, my brothers Keel Lancer and DX Strike hopped into my game, and that's what I want to talk about is the multiplayer. I understand the Souls game has like a weird way of allowing you to play with other players, because you have to get this compass and you have this finger. I forgot the name of the finger, but you need the finger in order to access the multiplayer. And then after that, you have to create this compass that you have to set, and then your friends or players will have to go at the exact spot where you had set where the compass is at, and then the players have to find where you're at, and then they have to leave a marker for you to be able to bring them into your world. I don't know why they make it so difficult. Why can't you just jump into somebody's game? You have to actually go and find that area where they're at in order to jump into it. So luckily, since me and my brothers live in the same house, I'm able to tell them where I'm at, and they go exactly where I'm at, and so it makes it easier. So the thing was, my brother DX Strike had gave me some armor as well to help me out, and it's fun. I've been exploring with my brothers. They've been taking me to campsites to be able to fill out my map a bit more. They helped me with some quests, which I didn't even know was quests in the game at all. You just see NPCs and you just talk to them. This one girl, I didn't know you had to talk to her multiple times, and eventually she gives you a quest, and then she gives you the jellyfish spirit, I think it's called, whatever it's called. But yeah, these guys really helped me out. And then we had the for some reason we cannot beat the I think the boss is called Margaret. I think it's the first Elden Lord, I believe that's what he is. That dude is hard and like we, despite them being way higher level than me, my brothers, I think they had to like cap my brothers off in order so it wouldn't be like an easy boss, because I think it's because this is the first boss. They wanted it to be difficult. So I wasted all my resources because I had to keep making compasses because I kept dying, and I had to keep remaking compasses to bring them back into the game. And that's what I don't like about this whole multiplayer. Why can't I just invite people into my game? Why do I have to go through make resources and everything like that? But I understand that's the genre of this game. This is how this game is meant. It's meant to be played that way. So I understand, and I'm not asking them to change anything about the game. I just don't like how it's done, but I accept it, So I have more fun playing as a multiplayer. Like I said, we fought the boss, we kept fighting the boss and kept losing to the boss over and over and over and over again. But I think I'll be spending more time playing it with my brothers than actually soloing it. I'll probably solo just to grind some runes real quick to level up my character to a certain point, and then invite them to the game, and then just head off and do some story stuff or do some quests and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know how I should feel about this game. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not sure if I hate it. I'm just indifferent to it at this point. And another thing before I go, I just want to discuss is that there's been a lot of controversy with this game as far as the community is concerned. There's a lot of people who's coming into the game who really hates how difficult it is and wish they have a difficulty setting. And then you have some of the hardcore Souls fans who are saying that no, like adding a difficulty setting is going to affect the overall experience, that, get good, learn the game and everything like that. So this has been causing a lot of like disturbance within the community. Everybody's clashing back and forth with their opinions and what they think about how the game should go. I understand both sides. There's some people who want to love the game and want to actually play it, but the game is just too difficult and wish they have a difficulty setting so they can at least enjoy to see what the game has to offer in terms of story, exploration and things like that. And I understand with the other side, how they feel is that, this is a niche, type of genre of game, and people enjoy the game for what it is, and they don't like when others come into their game and demand that they change something that they enjoy, and then some developers actually change it for those people and bring it more into the mainstream, and then it alienates the people who actually supported the game in its original form. So I understand that. So there's a lot of gamers who feel threatened by that, with these new gamers coming in trying to change what's always been established. So I understand that take, but me and my sense and what I believe, like, I realize that these type of games just isn't for me, and I completely understand that it just isn't for me. And I'm not asking the developers to change anything about this game just for it to cater to me. I'm not asking for that. It's just, I know that this is just not a game that's just not for me, and that's okay. Some games are just not meant for you. Some games it's just not meant for you to play. It just would never be your cup of tea, and that's okay. As far as I'm concerned, it just, all that does is just keep money in my pockets. I just know next time not to buy a game like this. But then again, I'm buying Final Fantasy Origin, and the only reason why I'm buying that is because it's full on co-op. I can play throughout the whole game without any hassle of setting up a lobby for my brothers to come in and actually play the game with me. And because it also has Final Fantasy elements, it's a Final Fantasy game but with a Souls touch to it, and it's co-op, and I have a full co-op experience. I can play the entire game without any type of, oh, I need to set this up, I need to set that up in order for the player to come in. I don't have to do none of that. So Final Fantasy Origins, in which I also pre-ordered, I'll be getting that game as well, and I'll be live streaming that and playing that with my brother. So I'm definitely looking forward to that game, and I enjoyed the beta to that. But other than that, that's just my opinion. I don't know how to feel right now, but I'll definitely whenever I get a chance to actually beat the game, I'll definitely give you my overall opinion once it's all done. So that wraps up this video. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also if you want to stay up to date with more RPG news, definitely hit that bell to be notified. This is Mugen Lord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.